Hey guys, it's Lewis. Welcome back to Stone A Problems. Hope everyone's been having a good day today. Being productive and whatever fucking form that may be for you. So today's topic is kind of piggybacking off a point that I made or attempted to make in one of my previous episodes, which was learn your fucking dictators. I definitely suggest you watch that video. And the main point is understanding your history so you don't keep falling for the same mistakes as your predecessors, so you don't place yourself in the same predicament or the same dire situations that your ancestors had to suffer through needlessly because they made the same mistake as a lot of people continue to make. And a very blatant example, perpetual example, if you will, like something that is just constantly there, is woke culture, cancel culture, the whole movement, this whole crazy identity politics movement that has been going on for quite some time now. And to me, and people like Jordan Peterson has made this point. People like even Dave Chappelle has made this point. Is that this whole this whole what is it, postmodernism, um, wokeness, that's communism. And I'm gonna say it right now, and I said it in a previous video about Black Lives Matter, which is a communist movement as well. It's communism, it's Marxism under a different guise, under a different name, under a different fucking vernacular. But at the end of the day, it's all the same thing. And why is that? They follow the same pattern, the same format as any other totalitarian movement has, whether it be communism, whether it be fascism. And one book that the book that definitely really drove it home for me, and a book I definitely suggest everyone to fucking read. I've suggested everyone I know to read this book, and it's 1984 from George Orwell. I apologize for the print. Yeah, I've had it in my possession for quite some time now. I read it like 4 or 5 times. It's definitely one of my favorite novels, and it was written. What year was it? 1949, bro. 1940 fucking nine, bro. It's about a. That's over 60 years. That's crazy. No, it's, yeah, 72 years. I just made the mathematics. 72 fucking years. And it's one of the most prophetic books I've ever read in my life. And the whole thing with cancel culture, the whole thing with woke movement, is trying to eradicate, the dominance hierarchy, or making the attempt that we have to bring the system down. It's oppressive. The male patriarchy, the white man is bringing us down. We have to get rid of the system. Same vernacular as every other fucking attempt has been made. Communism. Castro said the same fucking thing. Lenin said the same fucking thing. Mao said the same fucking thing. And one of the Logan the not the Logan the sign of Oceania, which is the nation in 1984, is war is peace, freedom is slavery, ignorance is strength. And those things are driving home right now as we are talking. So with cancel culture, woke movement, you have to, they're saying that it's for the freedom of people. It's for we all can be free. We all can be free. We all can be what we want, who we want. Bullshit. Bullshit. If you say anything out of line, you get canceled. Look at that fucking chick that was Captain Marvel. They canceled her. She wasn't queer enough, apparently, or whatever the fuck the case was. You get banned off Twitter. You get banned off Instagram. You get shadow banned off Instagram if you're like a conservative or whatever. So where's the freedom? You know what I'm saying? Like, you're saying you're doing it for the freedom of people, but you're not. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're even trying to eradicate vocabulary, and that is an extremely important point that people seem to miss. Vocabulary is how we is like, obviously, I'm gonna make the obvious fucking point. Vocabulary is the way we communicate. But when you start eradicating vocabulary, when you start eradicating words, when you make them taboo, you are slowly, subconsciously limiting your brain function, your cognitive function, because you will no longer be able to fully express how you feel Thereby, it is always going to remain there. You're never going to be able to really fully compartmentalize whatever it is you are feeling, and even less being able to express it if you don't know how, if you don't no longer have the vocabulary necessary in order to fulfill that function. I'm not the first one that's trying to make this point with cancel culture. It just bugs the shit out of me. It really bugs me that you have, like, we live in this day and age, right, where we have this overencompassing of information, right? We have history books, we have the internet, we have a whole bunch of shit. You know, the whole world is interconnected now, you know, through Facebook, through Instagram, through TikTok, through YouTube, through everything. You would think that we wouldn't fall for something so stupid, right? Communism. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. Eradicating the dominance hierarchy, eradicating the hierarchy, everything being equal, it doesn't fucking work. Okay? The dictatorship of the proletariat, which is the whole fucking point of it. Who are these people? And when they garner this power, you really think that as a human being they're gonna give away that power? Like, I'm making a point that every other person with any sort of common historical sense has made that communism is just stupid because it completely neglects the most important factor in the entire equation, and that's us humans. We're human. We're greedy. We're greedy motherfuckers. It's just what it is. That's our aspect. That's how we strive to get ahead. You know, and if I know I'm better than my neighbor, I'm obviously gonna be resentful as fuck that I work better than him, I am better than him, I produce better than him, and all this other shit. But at the end of the day, I still got the same amount of food, the same amount of rations. We live in the same house. Equality doesn't work, especially equality due to incompetence. You know what I'm saying? Like, and like, so I was going back to the point with fucking internet, right? Communism, the cultural, this whole movement that's been going on with postmodernism is communism under different guys. You know, they're saying that they're sacrificing. You have to give up your freedom to be truly free, which is freedom of slavery. That you have to go with the status quo as everybody else. I remember when Black Lives Matter started blowing up. If you didn't have the Black Lives Matter card on your Instagram, you were seen as a racist. You were seen as oh, if you're silent, you're part of the aggressors. You have to pick a side. Like, this form of extremism, that the vocabulary that was constantly being bombarded at you. Doesn't that alarm people? Like, shouldn't that alarm you? That it has to go to that extreme form. Like people have to decide. That if you're silent, you're part of the oppressed because you have to voice your opinion and you have to ride along with us to the rallies and you have to be with us, even though you guys are a bunch of fucking idiots. Like, I made the fucking point. Where did all that money go for Black Lives Matter? No one the fuck knows. No one knows. No one knows. And they're a bunch of hypocrites because they care so much about Black lives, but I don't see them fucking going around with the whole slave trade in Africa. You know? And so, and to add on to it even further, like, even with the whole cancel culture, that's basically what it is. You can't even voice your opinion. I remember a fucking great point. I fucking bugged, like, was fucking crazy. I know I'm digressing from some point I made earlier. I just caught myself, but we'll get back to it. A great point was when a Sacramento Kings announced, the basketball team for Sacramento. If you don't know, you're not familiar with the NBA and the teams associated with that league. Sacramento Kings announcer was fired because his wife, not him, his fucking wife tweeted "All lives matter." Got fired. These fucking people started calling and petitioning and basically bullying and bullying the organization to fire the guy. Like, how is that not fucking alarming? They're even trying to make the point to get rid of freedom of speech. The freedom of speech is dangerous. You just can't let anybody say whatever the fuck they want. Do you not realize the angle and the dark road, the dark rabbit hole that we can fucking dive into once we allow these people to do that? Which is what these big tech companies are already doing. And that's one thing that I fucking don't understand, right? They say the government is oppressing us. They say the government is on us. They say the government is the one that's fucking us over and not and misinforming us and all this other bullshit. But who are the ones that own the social media outlets? Who owns Facebook? Where does Facebook lead? Left or right? Where does Instagram lean to? Left or right? Twitter. The same fucking Twitter that banned the secretary of the White House because she fucking tweeted the whole thing with fucking Biden's bitch ass son. Hmm? Where does the YouTube lean to? That doesn't even the news. You can't even watch the news because everything's Democratic. Like everything's leaning left, extreme left. And you're gonna tell me that they're misinforming us, the same people that you're rooting for? That doesn't make any fucking sense. Okay. And then one thing that was really important in 1984 as well is that they started altering the past, which is basically what they're doing right now with the 1619 bullshit that the United States of America wasn't founded in 1776. It was happening in 1600 because of the colonials and they came in with slavery. So it's all it's all predicated on slavery. You are basically changing the entire fucking data or course of human fucking history if you're gonna be going down that rabbit hole. Because I'm gonna tell you, if you people haven't fucking realized it, until a few hundred years ago, slavery was the driving force for every single nation, every single empire that has ever existed had slavery. The Greeks that you people love so much, that developed democracy that you people love so much, that you people seem to want to eradicate now. Democracy. Athens was a slave state. Sparta was a slave state. Rome, fucking China, Russia. The list goes on and on. Every great empire, literally, you cannot find an empire that you had that throughout the course of human history that did not have slave labor. And I'm not trying to make this point of being an apologist. I'm not condoning slavery, and we've obviously come a long way. But it's something that you have to fucking acknowledge as part of our history. You're not just gonna alter it just to prove a fucking point. And I perceive how dangerous that sort of idea, how dangerous that level or that manner of thought can take you to, because you're altering history. That's what they did here in the Ministry of Truth. The Ministry of Truth is the complete opposite, which is going on right now with communism, which is the criticism that George Orwell was portraying and subliminally in the fucking thing, because Oceania has three ministries: the Ministry of Plenty, the Ministry of Love, and the Ministry of Truth. The Ministry of Plenty, which were basically the ones that were giving out less and less and less rations every fucking year and completely lying on the news saying otherwise. Everyone knew, but you couldn't say anything. You just have to believe it, right? Which is what they're doing now. You have to believe what they say. Doesn't matter if it's wrong. It doesn't matter if it's right. You have to believe them in order to fit in, right? The complete opposite of what they preach is what's being practiced. The Ministry of Love. That ain't no Ministry of Love, motherfucker. That's where the thought police resided. That's where the fucking army was. That the way he describes what the over fucking arch and the huge building you can see. Fucking barbed wires everywhere, sentries, motherfuckers dressed to the nine, all in black with masks and clubs, and no one even knows how fucking low it goes. Like, you don't even know what floor you're on when they take you in. Does that sound like love to you? It's just like what's going on now. They're doing it for the love, for us, for the oppressed class. But then they come up with this bullshit of identity politics. They come up with this bullshit that you know, oh, if you're white, you're immediately racist. Have you people seen that shit? Like, oh, how to apologize as a white man, white guilt. Or me as a fucking straight man, I have to apologize for my misogyny. Even subconsciously, I'm a misogynist. They're splitting you up while preaching unity is one of the main driving points. They're preaching unity, but the whole premise, the whole way they practice these things is separating people into as many groups as fucking possible. I don't understand how people don't fucking see it, bro. And then the last one is the Ministry of Truth. The propaganda machine, the newspapers, going constantly back. That's what Winston, the main character's job was, to go back and alter the history, alter the past, alter the names, alter the figures, alter everything to conform to what's going on in reality, to make it seem like the party has always been right every time, and then burn any evidence that contradicts otherwise. And the point that the guy made, I forgot the guy's fucking name, the guy that interrogated his ass. I haven't read it in quite some time, I apologize. But he said the point, like, he who controls the past controls the present, therefore controls the future. So these motherfuckers know what they're doing. The motherfuckers know what they're doing. So the Ministry of Truth was the complete opposite of that. You know, they preach utopia, they preach unity, but it's not that way. It's gonna literally turn its head, and that's what you're gonna fucking get. You know, that is literally what you're gonna fucking get out of this. You know, like it's just an unfortunate reality, and it's something that you have to fucking either run away from or accept and do something about it. Which is, there's always going to be inequality. There's always going to be inequality. Communism, which is basically piggybacking off fucking Christians, which is another fucking topic I'm going to talk about another day, because I have very strong opinions towards that religion, but we will speak about that some other point in time, because that is going to be a highly inflammatory one. I'm not scared, but I just got to get myself ready for it. I'm going to read some more Nietzsche, because he's definitely my inspiration. But it's fucking blatantly obvious that these are communist movements by the behaviors that they're conducting in. You know, they're saying that they're doing it for the people. Look at fucking AOC's bitch ass fucking pulling out to Met Gala with a fucking dress saying, tax the rich. Bitch, you are part of the rich. You make over $100,000 a year. It was $10,000 a plate at Met Gala. The hypocrisy is fucking, like, literally staring at you right in the face. It's spitting on you. It's spitting on you in the hypocrisy. The blatant hypocrisy. These people don't even get smarter with it. It's so obvious. But yet people are so fucking stupid nowadays. They'll gobble anything up. And then you add on social media. You add on how social media has basically become a drug for acceptance. It's caused people to, like, be serotonin, dopamine fiends. That they know it's lies, but they double think that shit. Like, that's where the phrase comes from, double think. No, double think actually came from Nietzsche, to be quite honest with you, but Orwell made it famous, because I'm pretty sure a lot more people read Orwell, unfortunately, than Nietzsche. But Nietzsche basically made that point. Double think is like, you know it's a fucking lie. You know what they're telling you is a lie. But you accept it and completely make it as your reality anyways. You go with it, knowing inside it's a lie, but you make it a truth anyways. Fuck it. It's like religion. You know that fucking religion makes no fucking goddamn sense, but you accept it as your reality anyways, because it's beneficial to you. But you know it's a lie. It's weird, but it's true. A lot of people do that. You may not even realize it, but you are doing it. And a point I was making earlier with this whole communism shit is that you have these fucking university kids making the point to bring communism into the States. I don't really understand the arrogance of people, to be quite honest with you. Like, you know, you would think that we would fucking learn our lesson, bro. You would think we would learn our lesson. You would think that after so many fucking failed attempts at it, we would understand, we will comprehend it as Homo sapiens sapiens with a higher conscience, right? That, hey, this shit doesn't work. It turns out to be just nothing but a dictatorship after. But no, they want to be, they read the Communist Manifesto from fucking Friedrich Engels and Karl Marx. Oh, this sounds like a great idea. We should implement it. Like, why, like, if you're gonna, like, I don't understand people that pay thousands of dollars just to be a fucking moron, you know what I'm saying? Like, I really don't understand it. And if you're a fucking Latin and you're a communist, you should be ashamed of yourself. Your parents are probably ashamed of you. Your parents are probably ashamed. I've known dumbasses that wear the fucking Che Guevara shirts. Like, are you fucking kidding me? That fucking crazy mass murder genocidal maniac. He was a drug lord trying to wipe out a whole fucking country. And you want to wear him because he's against the fucking system? I I don't understand. Like I said, we are so interconnected now. There is no excuse for you not to know what happened before. What example could you possibly make that communism works? Nothing. Look what happened in 1970 and 1917 after the October Revolution when the Bolsheviks took over Russia. The 5-year plan, the genocide of the fucking Ukrainians during the whole fucking it was a forced starvation to rapidly industrialize Russia so it can catch up to the Western powers. Forced genocide. Look what happened with Mao and the Great Leap Forward and his fucking botched ass fucking plans to. It was ridiculous what he was trying to do. Look at Cambodia. Look at Laos. Look at China right now. Look, there is no example that you can make. Look at Nicaragua. People getting abducted left and right there for speaking out. For speaking out against the fucking party. Speaking out against the fucking movement. Speaking out against anything. That is literally what's going on right now. They just haven't taken complete control of it yet. They're not allowed to arrest you yet. But they will if you fucking let them. That's literally what's going on right now, people. It's called cancel culture. Fucking see that shit. Fucking ask any Nicaraguan, ask any fucking Venezuelan. You ask them if they want to go back there. They want to go back to a socialist country. They want to go back to a socialist state. They'll spit in your face and punch the shit out of you. I can't believe people fucking fall for this shit. Thinking that they're actually out for your best interest. They're out for you. We're here to represent the oppressed class because they can't do it themselves. Look at the stupid fucking excuse that we're making for people to not have people have to show ID so they can vote. No, the voter registration. Voter registration is racist. It's basically saying that black people and us minorities are too stupid to get a fucking voter registration. It's free. That's basically saying, no, we're too stupid. We're too stupid. We can't get it. We don't have enough resources. We haven't allocated the requisite resources in order to fucking get a fucking free card to vote. Like I don't understand I don't understand how people don't fucking see the ploy. I don't understand how people don't see where this is fucking going. You know, right now you might just get canceled off Instagram. You might just get canceled off YouTube. But sooner or later you're gonna end up in fucking prison. Because you're going against what they want you to say. You're going against the will of the people. Bitch, you don't speak for me. Okay? You don't speak for me. You don't speak for my fucking interests. But yet that they have the audacity to think that they can think for me. Come on, people. This thing pisses me off so fucking goddamn much that people want to say that they woke. And you got corporations going along with it. You got fucking Disney fucking doing, like, I fucking hate Disney. You know, of course, the most PC motherfuckers. They have to justify the fact that their fucking founder was a fucking notorious, vehement anti-Semite. So I guess this is a way for them trying to overdo it. I don't know. But companies are doing the same thing, bro. Like the whole transgender movement and this and that, and bro, it's just getting fucking ridiculous, bro. They're splitting you up and preaching unity. That's literally what they're doing. Look at identity politics. It doesn't matter what my interests are. It doesn't matter what my circumstances are. It doesn't matter what I've gone through, what my interests are, what I want to do, or whatever the case may be. I am a straight Hispanic male. That's all that matters. So the next straight Hispanic male, oh no, we're the same. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. We're all being destroyed and fucking put down on the same level, and not being robbed of our individuality. We have to give up our individuality for the benefit of the state, for the benefit of the party, the benefit of the movement, whatever the case may be. That's communism. Fuck your feelings. Fuck your future. Fuck whatever it is that you want to do. No, you got to give all that shit up for the people, for the movement, for the revolution. That's literally what's going on right now as we are going through this. And it's getting worse and worse and worse every single time. I just don't understand how people don't see it. That's why I praise people. Read your fucking history so you can see what's going on. They're robbing you of your individuality. If you're a straight Hispanic male, that's literally all that fucking matters. All that matters. If you're a fucking woman or you're a Hispanic woman, that's all that matters. It doesn't matter what you've done. It doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter what you want to do. It doesn't matter what your interests are. It doesn't matter if you like to read or you like to work out or whatever. That's all of it. All of that is irrelevant. The more minority checks that you can dash off, the better it is for them. The better you are, according to the fucking identity politics score. So we're giving up our freedoms in the name of freedom, I guess, in some weird fucking conundrum there. But it's the same ploy that's always been used since the dawn of totalitarianism in the early 19th century. Like, obviously, I'm not going to implement absolutism with monarchies because that's a completely different thing, and that's something different entirely. I'm not, absolutism and shit like that is completely different and irrelevant to what's going on today with fascism and communism, which is, bringing the people together, bringing the same groups together, or whatever the case may be. But obviously, communism is a lot more akin to the circumstances we are facing every day now. So, please, people, wake the fuck up. I fucking hate cancel culture. I hate communists. I really do fucking hate communists. I hate you. If you're a communist, I hate you. Because you have no ethical claims to be one. Okay? I'm a Hispanic. You're Hispanic. You have no, if you're Hispanic, you should not even, you have no right to be unless you're a fucking complete ignorant moron. Because every single Latin American country has been either directly controlled by communism or been directly threatened by communism. I'm Cuban and Honduran. Cuba's communist. And there's Cubans that want to be communists. Oh my God, bro. There's Cubans that want to be communists. I'm half Honduran. We've never got taken over. But our neighbors have. In the 70s and 80s, we almost did. And that country almost got taken over by the fucking communists. It's just absolutely ridiculous, the amount of ignorance. Ignorance is strength, people. They want you to be fucking stupid. They want you to be stupid. They want you to not believe history anymore. They don't want you to believe anything that happened before. They want you to believe in how they perceive it. With the 1619 Project and all the other bullshit that they're trying to throw at you. So please, wake the fuck up. I'm going to come back on this quite a bit because I hate cancel culture and I hate woke culture. I hate all of it. It's not woke. You're just being a jackass. So I know this is a bit longer than usual, but I'm really passionate about this shit. And I'm going to talk about, I'm probably going to, what I want to do is really focus in on all the 3 points, which is war, peace, freedom of slavery, ignorance and strength. I'll probably gotta make a whole little episode about it. We'll see, no promises. But I do want to read the book again before I go ahead and dive into it further. Thank you. I really hope you guys learned something from me, from this episode. Drew some inspiration to not be a dumbass communist and not to listen. And not, just because something makes sense in a book doesn't mean it's going to transform into reality in the same optimal format that is being fucking propagandized to you in the book. Obviously, every fucking form of government is perfect in books, but you have to take into account the human condition. Ain't nobody want to be equal. It's the most perpetual lie that Christianity started, that everyone wants to be equal. Everyone's equal in the eyes of God. Bullshit. No one wants to be equal. Bullshit. That's all bullshit. Everyone wants to be equal. You don't want to be equal to everyone else. That's horse crap. That's for the mediocre. That's for people that know that they ain't got anything. That's for the people that know that they can't get anything. They don't want to work for it. They don't have the talent for it, whatever the case may be. That's for them. But if you have the ability to do it, fucking go for it. Fuck being equal to everyone else. If you know you're better than them, if you know you're better than the individual beside you, your co-worker, your classmate, you're gonna be okay with everyone just saying, no, you're all the same. It doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter how hard you work. You're all the same. No, you're not gonna fucking be happy about that life. So stop lying to yourself and stop lying to everyone else. You know. So thank you guys again for listening. Hope everyone has a great night. And until next time, peace.